Alright, so this next reaction to MMA fighter that keep fighting after the bell by Fight Focus. Yes, it's been a while. I totally forgot about Fight Focus, and even though one MMA fighter does not seem to like each other after the bell, because maybe it has something to do. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out sooner or later. But let's check it out in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Fight Focus.
And for today's video, we will be covering MMA fighters that kept fighting after the bell or knockout.
Also, if you enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and comment what video you want to see next. Let's get to it.
MMA fighters go through ruthless training camps in order to put away their opponents come fight day. But when both fighters are locked in the cage and no limits are given, surprising things can happen. One of these moments includes when a round has ended or a fighter has been knocked out that another punch or kick ends up landing on that downed foe. For this video, we've compiled a list of instances where MMA fighters kept on hitting their opponents after the bell had sounded or the knockout had occurred. Number 11, Diego Brandao.
Бить нельзя. Я наборник сразу же. Ох, сейчас. Но на самом деле там были удары и от Алиева.
Aliyev again appeared to headbutt Brandao, but when referee Jan Verbovnik attempted to call for time and stand the fighters up, Aliyev continued to throw punches from above. Slided, Brandao became unhinged, first up kicking Aliyev in the throat and angrily stomping around the cage while the Dagestani fans threw garbage into the cage. Brandao eventually returned to the cage for the official result announcement, then gave 2 middle fingers to the Kaspasic crowd before being forced by the promotion to pose for photos. Number 10, Paul Daly.
Daly punches Koscheck at the end of the fight, and look at Dan Mergliata.
As expected, Daly couldn't deal with the wrestling of his opponent, and this led to a very dominant win by Koscheck. However, after the final round was over, Daly, probably frustrated with his loss, threw a sucker punch at Koscheck. Well, Daly was pissed off for a lot of other reasons. Koscheck knew the round was over, so he had let his guard down, and that's when Daly threw the cheap shot. Fortunately for Koscheck though, he anticipated the sucker punch, kind of, and that's when Daly was restrained by the referee. After this would happen, the UFC released Daly from his contract, and he's been banned from the organization ever since.
No, he'll never come back again. Never.
That said, even though he was banned from the UFC, his skills still allowed him to succeed outside of the UFC. Number 9, GDR. UFC fighter Holly Holm claimed in her post-fight press conference that Germaine de Randamie intentionally hit her after the bell following both the second and third rounds during their matchup at UFC 208. Anyone else watching could clearly tell they were intentional. Somehow, at the conclusion of 2 of the 5 rounds, the referee in the cage was late on the draw, as de Randamie punched Holm after the bell to end the round had sounded, not once but twice. Number 8, Hector Lombard.
Lombard, after Dalloway landed to the body, we're right back.
Oh!
Controversy had erupted at UFC 222 after Hector Lombard was disqualified for an illegal cheap shot. Lombard clocked CB Dalloway with a huge left hook after the bell to end the first round. Dalloway crashed to the canvas and seemed confused by what had happened, as Lombard protested that the referee should have stopped it earlier. The big left hand came well after the bell, and Lombard was subsequently disqualified. Dalloway was taken away on a stretcher and sent to a local hospital for precautionary reasons. Number 7, Timur Nagibin. This one was so bad that it caused riots throughout the arena.
Для того, чтобы полностью использовать. Ой-ой-ой, смотрите, что творится. Тимур Нагибин.
Karakhanyan prevailed victorious from the affair due to being on the receiving end of a sickening cheap shot from Nagibin after the gong. Nagibin fired a clean hit to the jaw of Karakhanyan, sending him to the canvas after the fighter denied he was tapped out at the end of the opening round. A long delay ensued as officials tried to make sense of the incident, with Nagibin being eventually disqualified for his late attack. Fans of Karakhanyan all tried to get a piece of Nagibin on his way from the ring, with brawls breaking out and riot police called in to defuse the escalating situation. Number 6, Thierry Sokoudji. You can't help but to feel bad for Jan Norte after experiencing this one. In their Dream 9 Super Hulk R1 face-off, Sokuju put North away easily in the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the round. After all the clinching would end, Sokuju would go for a single leg and take Yan North to the ground and end up raining down Ruthless grounded pound. After Yan would clearly not be able to defend himself, the referee would join the cuddle party as Thierry would still rain down a few more punches, most of them which landed. Even though the referee was in between both of the fighters, it still didn't protect them at all. Number 5, Corey Sandhagen. Many people actually enjoyed watching this happen to TJ Dillashaw.
Both these guys are evenly matched for 3, and that's why you could
Away in the final seconds is Dillashaw. Oh, and that one was late.
shot at the end.
No question.
Since TJ was always known for being a cheap shot with teammates, Sandhagen returned the favor by letting a late hit fly on the chin of TJ. It all occurred in the 3rd round when TJ was unloading punches while Corey's back was faced towards him, and as soon as he was able to turn around, he loaded up a punch that was too late for him to restrain and would make contact on TJ's face. And here's TJ being upset about it. Number 4, Norifumi Yamamoto. This one was pretty bad to watch. Yamamoto had to be restrained by the officials after the bout. This fight doesn't really shine a bright light on Kid Yamamoto, but Yamamoto really stirred up the Japanese MMA scene in 2002 when he continued to strike Tetsuo Katsura after the bell and then proceeded to show off his muscles. He did this without any hesitation, but would later look back on his actions. Norifumi would then quickly apologize and hug Katsura after he got up, but Yamamoto still started making headlines for his actions. Number 3, Jose Aldo. This one was crazy.
Uppercut. Chad still hasn't recovered. Oh my! That was way after the buzzer.
As the first round of Jose Aldo vs Chad Mendez's featherweight championship fight was ending at UFC 179, the former champion unleashed a series of punches at the challenger. Many of them hit with deadly accuracy, including 2 that appeared to come after the horn had sounded to signal the end of the round. The second was pretty close to knocking Mendez out cold though. Mendez was whisked to his corner to recover as quickly as possible, and Aldo got off scot-free. It was too loud inside the arena. That's what both Aldo and Goddard were claiming, at least, as both remarked after the event that they couldn't hear the horn sound to signal the end of the round. Number 2, Mike Kyle. This insane scenario took place back in 2006.
Get up. Gets up and shakes him.
During his fight against Brian Olsen in the main event of the WEC show in California, Kyle illegally kicked Olsen in the head. Making the situation even worse is the fact that Kyle then pounced on Olsen, delivering several punches to his unconscious opponent's head. Referee Josh Rosenthal tried to position himself between the two fighters and stop Kyle, as fellow referee Herb Dean also entered the cage to assist Rosenthal in preventing Kyle from continuing his assault on his unconscious opponent. Olsen suffered a broken nose because of this and also suffered a broken cheekbone. Yep, Mike Kyle is a douche. Number 1, Strahinja Gavrilovic. In the first round of the fight at TKO 37 in Montreal, Strahinja Gavrilovic dropped Joe Valle with a big right hand and finished him off with punches on the ground. The ref had seen enough, but Gavrilovic wasn't done yet, continuing to hit his unconscious opponent. It took a well-executed rear naked choke from the official to finally end the onslaught. The result was overturned and Valle was handed the win. And that right there concludes this video. If you made it this far, feel free to let us know how we did in the comments below.
Alright, MMA fans, thank you so much.
Damn. Oh my goodness, man, that was crazy on the MMA, man. Like, god damn, I never noticed how that happened before, but yo, that was a very fun stuff for me to do. I mean, I would love to be more of the MMA fighter, but I would say I'm probably gonna do a little bit of a short one just in case I 100% learn the MMA fight, you know, stuff like that. Maybe for somewhere, I guess, but yeah, man. Let me know, comment down below what you think about it.